So welcome to my video about my embarrassing period story. Everyone who's had a period probably has an embarrassing story, and for like our whole lives we're made to feel really embarrassed and ashamed of having a period. And recently I've been like, no, why should we be embarrassed? So I've been like really not embarrassed by it, so I thought it'd be a perfect time to upload a story time of my embarrassing period story. So it was when I was, I don't know how old I was.
15?
Maybe 16. I think it was when I was about 16. I had a friend who he liked me, but I was like friends with him. I'll use a fake name. I'll call Hairbrush. I'll call him Hairbrush. I don't know. I don't know anyone called Hairbrush, and that's the reason I'll call him Hairbrush. So me and Hairbrush, we went to like this pub with some friends, and I just went to the toilet and then came out, and I was wearing a long white skirt. Yes, white, of course. And I came out of the toilet, and there was a group of people, and they were staring at me. When I turned around, I noticed that they were staring at me, and I just didn't think any of it because people always stare at me because I've always looked a bit different. And so I just carried on enjoying the time. And then we walked to the bus station afterwards, which was like quite a while away. And anyway, we were waiting for the bus in the bus station, which was quite busy. And one of our friends was chasing me. I don't even remember who my friends were back then, but they were chasing me, and I was like running and stuff. And before we got to our stop, when we were walking through the bus station, I saw like a person who I used to see at the gym, who helped, like someone who worked there, so I waved at him and stuff, and I had a bit of a crush on him back then, so I was like, that was what made this story worse. And I saw him look down and then like look at me and like look a bit shocked, but I just thought strange and just kept on walking through the bus station. And anyway, as my friend was chasing me around, my other friend said, "What's that?" Because my skirt must have swung around as I was like spinning around to run off. I said, "What's that?" I said, "What?" And they said, "You've got loads of red down the back of your skirt." And I looked, and it was so much, it was like really big, unmissable, like really, really big stain. And I said, "Oh," I said, "Well, my knee was hurting earlier. I think I might have cut my knee." And I like slowly twisted my skirt around so it was on my knee and said, "Yeah, I think I hurt my knee." And I was thinking, damn, that's what the guy was looking at. That's what those people were looking at, is at my period blood. So anyway, we got on the bus back to Hairbrush's house. We got back to Hairbrush's house, and he said, "Oh, I'll wash your skirt for you, and let me see your knee because like you'll need to put something on it." And luckily, I don't show my arms or leg. So I had an excuse, but he said, "Just go like this, and I'll see it to make sure it's okay." So no lie, I went into the bathroom and tried to find something sharp, and he didn't have anything. So I used something really blunt, and I can't remember what it was, and I cut my knee with it, and it took ages because he didn't have anything sharp. So I had to use something really blunt. So I was like, I think I might have used my key. So I was like, really, this is so bad. I was really like cutting into my knee with my key, and like enough to make sure it could bleed that much. And I was really crazy back then, by the way. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I used to be really, really crazy. So this is nothing. I cut into my knee to make sure it was bleeding, and then so he'd believed that my skirt was that. Anyway, he washed my skirt for me, and I felt really bad because I was thinking he's washing period blood. But looking back, if I was me now, back then, I'd just be like, "Oh, I must have just come on my period, like, help." And then if he offered to wash it, I'd be like, "Oh, thanks," and let him wash it because it's not gross. And I feel like people need to realise that it's not gross. So yeah, that's my embarrassing. But back then I was so embarrassed. I never wore a white skirt again after that. So anyway, That's my embarrassing period story. Is it funny?
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, and please let me know if you have any embarrassing period stories. So who wants to say something? Go on.
Lita. You shouldn't feel bad because you have no control of it. It could come on at any time, really, and you shouldn't be made feel embarrassed because something that you can't help. And
it's natural as well.
It's natural. You shouldn't. In the day, especially when you're that age. Obviously, you've had people have said, "Lol, don't say that," and point to like a male in the room.
Recently, as I've become not ashamed of having a period, because why would I be ashamed of it? I've started just mentioning it to make up for lost time. Like, I mention it whenever I get the chance, and so I said something about periods. I think I said, like, oh, my stomach's hurting or something. They said, oh, are you okay? I said, yeah, I'm just on my period. And they went, oh, like that, and pointed to two males. Like, why are you saying this? Do you have to be respectful? You don't want to make them realise we're not all unicorns and fairies. Like, we are unicorns and fairies though, because even they get periods. So, there you go. Is that it? This is good. Oh. And